I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a past, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.
All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday night if you are here live. If you are not here live, welcome anyway. Always great to have you here. And welcome to A Look Behind the Curtain with Chris. We are now currently in season 2, rolling into episode 19. And tonight's guest, I got a chance to kind of chat with him a little bit before the call here tonight. And I'm really excited to dive into what this gentleman has going on and his drive and his passion for helping veterans as well. As you guys know, if you've been following me for any time, that is my passion. That is my mission in life. Myself and my partner, Liam Weisner, over at the OVF, Operation Veteran Freedom, have literally dedicated our lives to the mission of doing that. Speaking of the devil himself, my partner in service, Mr. Liam Weisner, popping on the line. What is up, brother? And so, like I was saying, very, very excited to chat with this gentleman here tonight. His mission, his drive, what he has going on, it truly strikes home for me, and I'm sure many of you on the call here tonight. And by the time we're done here, I'm sure you're going to have some insight, some information, and some clarity into how you can get additional help if you're looking for it, or to help those who are in need of it, to send them in the right direction. So with all that being said, I won't give up too much more about what we're going to be chatting about. I do have a little bit of housekeeping, as always, to go over. First off, you're watching this here on YouTube. I am using a piece of technology called StreamYard. It allows me to have a little bit of extra technology at my fingertips so I can see your comments, interact with you directly. So your comments, your engagements here, if you're live, absolutely awesome. We love it. If you have any questions, drop them. We'll definitely make sure we answer them here live if we can. Also, if you're watching it on the replay, don't hesitate to comment and drop drop your questions in the comment section as well. My team and I, we check the YouTube channel all the time to make sure that no one's questions get left unheard and no one's voice gets left unheard, to be completely honest. And so, if you have something in there, definitely drop it. Just because the episode's not live anymore doesn't mean that someone's not going to see that and then reach out to you and make sure that you get what you need. So I want to be really clear on that. I had someone mention it to me. They didn't comment because the episode wasn't live, and we still got them the help they needed, but we could have got it faster for them if they had actually commented earlier. So putting that aside, guys, tonight would not be possible without Operation Veteran Freedom, and more specifically, our book, The DD-214 Secrets, which is a free ebook you could go into the description right now and download, as well as a masterclass completely free that goes with it that walks you through all 5 of those amazing secrets that are the foundation for creating lasting success after service. And so go ahead, grab yourself a copy if you have not already. Over 1,000 veterans and service members have already downloaded that book and created success with it. So I hope you are the next one. And with all that being said, guys, that is the wrap for housekeeping. I'm really excited to dive into this gentleman here tonight. He is the founder of I Got Your 6 Veteran Benefits. He has a drive and a passion for helping our community, the veteran community. And just here recently, this business has not been around for very long, but we're really excited to share and dive in and hear more about how it was founded, why it was founded, who he's helping, how he's helping, and how he could even help you if you are also in need. So without any further ado, please help me bring to the show Mr. J. Gaspard. What is up, brother?
How you doing, man? How you doing? Good to be here.
Happy to have you. Honestly, honored to have you. What you're doing, it reminds me a lot of Gary Sinise. He's an idol of mine, someone that I really look up to. Inside of the helping veteran space, he had never served, did a role for Forrest Gump, and had a family that served as well, and just felt so drawn to give back, to do more for that community based on his experience of it. And I'm really excited to dive into what drives you and why you decided to found this amazing nonprofit. But before we do, let's hear a little bit about who you are, where you come from. Who is Jay?
All right. Like you said, my name's Jay. I am from Louisiana. I come from a very small town of very few people. It's literally one road in and out. You blink, you miss it. That's where I come from. I'm from small town USA. What drives me is basically, what I've seen. I watched my grandfathers, my uncles, suffer. And for a long time, I always knew that there was something that could be done. And the things that were in motion at that time wasn't enough for them. So we went ahead and we founded, me and some friends of mine, we founded IGY6 Veterans Benefit, in order to give that extra help when it's needed.
That is awesome. And what I love about that is, you saw a need for something directly connected to your life, and you didn't just go looking for it or say, I wish we had it. You went and created it, right?
Right.
Which it says a lot about who you are and your drive to make things better. So many people that we see out there in the world today talk a really good game and talk.
Right.
They can tell you how things could be better. They can preach from the sidelines, but very rarely does someone get into the ring. Very rarely does someone get down in the arena like you did. And so, tell us a little bit about how long you've been in business, when you founded it, kind of all the little bit of details there.
Yeah, sure. So we created the IGY6 Veterans Benefit last year, but we recently got our 501c3 at the beginning of this year. So, like I said, we haven't been in business that long, but we've been helping veterans throughout the country. It's not just in Louisiana or just in the Gulf Coast or the southern area. We branch out throughout the whole United States to help veterans. It's not just local. Basically what we do is we help veterans financially. Plain and simple. That's what we do. Whether they need a bill paid, such as rent, prescriptions, a doctor's bill, we'll help pay that. We'll do mortgage. Whatever the need is, financially, that's what we are there for. And I noticed, I cannot speak for veterans. I am not a veteran. I'll be the first one to say it. I'll be the first one to admit it. But from what I've seen, one of the many struggles is financial. And if I'm able to take one bill off of them a month for, let's say, 6 months, I'll pay that bill for 6 months. That's one thing less that that man or woman has to worry about.
Yeah, 100%. You hit on something really powerful there. And, the spotlight and the attention right now in the media with veterans is around mental health, right? Around 22 a day. And I believe that's absolutely necessary for that light to be shined there to make a difference. But one of the things that a lot of folks don't understand, especially those who have not served or been in that predicament, which you just shine the light on, is that there's a financial burden that a lot of veterans carry that are not able to move ahead in life and actually create more for themselves because they just simply can't get ahead because they're barely getting by or can't even pay the bills they have now. And a lot of that, has to do with their time in service, the PTSD, the things they're dealing with. It isn't that they're lazy. It isn't that they're not showing up for work or not willing to work. Right. It's truly that they're in need. And it's rare that it's mentioned, but I love that you're out there with your company helping. Let me ask you, I know being in business for a long time comes with time, right? It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It matters the impact you're making, and the impact you're making is profound. You can look at Operation Veteran Freedom and say we haven't been around long either. We're going on our second year in business, right? But collectively, we've helped veterans start over 100 businesses and make over $1 billion. Right?
That's awesome.
So you look at the results, not the time, and you can see, and give us more time and we'll do even more, right? And so with what you're got going on, even in your short time, what has been some of the biggest, not even aha moments, but like the biggest wins for you personally? Not just the veteran because they got to pay their bills and move their life forward, but fulfilling for you as you were able to help them. What was those moments for you?
I'll I'll tell you a little story here. I'm not going to mention no names or nothing like that, though. I will tell you a little story. There was a veteran uh, in the northern region. The city had brought the property that his house was on. So when the city brought the property, they gave him, I think it was like 30 days. He had to be out. 30 days. So I heard about this. So I contacted him. I knew he was a veteran. I knew where he served at and everything. And I told him I wanted to help him. So within 30 days, we was able to find him a place, and we ended up paying 6 months rent for him to get back on his feet.
Wow.
6 months. He didn't have to worry about any kind of rent or nothing like that. And that right there was one of the most fulfilling things so far that I have received, because in my mind, he didn't have to go without a roof over his head, not one day. He was not homeless at any point. And to me, that's a great feeling.
Amen. Absolutely. And I'm sure for him and his family as well.
Absolutely.
And that's I'm sure only one of a series of long stories of what your company is doing. And I know when we originally talked, you gave a lot of credit to your team, a lot of credit to the fact that this was just an idea.
Yeah.
And then the team formed around you, and then you guys launched that. Let's talk a little bit about how that happened. Like, how did that form? How did that team come together?
Well, my team, we're actually pretty big on a social media app called TikTok. Everybody knows what TikTok is.
Mm-hmm.
And we all met through this app. And man, let me tell you, whenever we came together for the first time, it just clicked. We all have that same drive, that same passion, to do what we're doing right now. And if it wasn't for that team that I have, man, this would be really, really, really hard to do. And I mean, it's great. It's great to have people around you that share that same passion.
1000%. I can just speak from my own personal experience. I've been doing this now 5 years, working specifically with the idea of helping veterans. And I tried doing it alone at first in those first 2 years. And it was a bigger beast than I could ever handle on my own.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I swallowed my pride and said, I don't have all the answers and I'm not a one-man army. Let's get the help we need to really make this thing a possibility, that I was able to find amazing people like my partner, Liam Weisner, who through TikTok.
Yeah.
Other amazing team members in the company we've built now, and surrounded ourselves with that team, which makes it all possible. So just from my own personal experience with that, I wanted to ask you how that formed. Because it's funny, our team also formed on social media, but it was just Facebook that we had found each other through ads on. For you, it was TikTok, which is one of the newer emerging ones, which I can spend way too many hours on sometimes as well. So anyway, so if a veteran were to come to you and say, financially, I'm okay, but man, the VA is just giving it to me right now. I'm having a hard time getting an appointment. I'm having a hard time getting my benefits. Would you be able to assist them with those as well?
I can point them in a direction to go. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I have a website called IGY6veteransbenefit.com, and there is a page on that website that veterans can go fill out, tell me what the needs are, and 100% we can help them and point them in the right direction. I also have on that same page, I also do have all the hotlines and crisis lines and all that for them to look up as well.
Awesome. And I'll definitely make sure to have your website down in the description as well. And I'm guessing Lisa is your wife? And she's
Yes.
also letting us know some other things. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I know personally myself and Liam, who I've mentioned several times now. If it wasn't for the service animals that we had early on getting back, we would not be here today. Like straight, that's
Yeah.
a fact. Though, and they both were pit bull mixes and stuff too. It was crazy, but you know, the service animal aspect of recovery, mental health, and all of that, mental well being is so huge and cannot be underlooked. So you know, you guys are really providing a service anywhere that veteran needs it, which I think is
Yeah.
really awesome.
Absolutely.
And so if
We've also partnered up with BetterHelp. And what BetterHelp is it may be just that little bit of extra that somebody needs to push them over that hill, you know, to like, you know, I can get better. What BetterHelp is a online uh, therapy,
yeah,
basically, which they'll do videos like this, they'll do calls, you know, emails, whatever, you know, and they'll talk to people. So we have partnered up with BetterHelp for that, and it's not just for the veterans; it could be for the veteran families as
mhm.
well.
Yeah, I've heard of BetterHelp before. I believe it was on another podcast I was listening to that was one of the I want to say it was Lewis Howe who was promoting it as well. Big advocate of that. You know, the number one thing that Liam and I talk about behind the scenes is the stubbornness inside of us, the veteran community,
Yeah,
and how, you know, we were trained for so long not show weakness, that they're, you know, all these different things that are like the macho
right,
bravado kind of mindset,
right,
which ultimately leads us to not ask for help, right? Ultimately, it leaves us suffering and sucking it up because that's not what we do. We don't show that weakness. We don't ask for help. And so, what I think is kind of the switch that's happening in society right now, and the only way we're really going to change to 22 a day is if when we start to generalize and make okay being not okay and asking for help,
right,
right?
right.
And that not being a sign of weakness or being broken, which is another big word in the veteran community that they gets thrown around way too much. You know, you're broken. It's like, no, we're not. And so I think it's great that you have something where when they finally step up and they finally, you know, have that courage, or, you know, whatever we want to call it, to step forward and ask for that help, that there's a place they can go to get
Yeah,
the help they need. Let me ask you this too. You know, you've been in business now about a year, nonprofit. How does someone donate to you? If we were to say, you know, we love what you're doing, you know, having a veteran not have to pay rent for 6 months when they just got their house taken away and only 30 days notice, that is life changing for anybody in that circumstance. But
right,
obviously, being a nonprofit, you're getting that funding from somewhere. And
right.
so that's donations. And so if someone wanted to donate to you, how do they go about that? And I know in the back of everyone's mind, there's the Wounded Warrior Project and how they ripped all the donations off and all these things. And so
Mhm.
let's just address it, the elephant in the room right up front. When someone donates the money to you, and we'll talk about how they do that, what happens to that money? 100% goes to the vet. What happens?
100% goes out. 100% of everything donated goes right back out. I do not get anything. I don't get nothing. No financial gains from this at all. My team does not get any financial gains out of this at all. All the overhead that needs to be paid for the nonprofit, I pay out of my pocket.
Wow.
I pay for that. So every penny that is donated to the IGY6 Veterans Benefit goes right back out.
Amazing. That's so rare. That is so rare for someone to give so selflessly without any reward. And you're even giving out of your pocket to make sure it sustains, to make sure it keeps going. Wow. I mean, I tip my hat to that, dude. I really do. That's freaking amazing.
Appreciate it.
I would love to chat with you about ways to make that more self-sustaining, so you're not coming out of pocket to do that. Just because I see this helping so many people, and there's got to be a way to do that without you having to, you know, come out of pocket every time. Um, let's switch it up a little bit. What is it that you see this organization, this nonprofit, doing in the next 5 years?
Saving lives every day.
Boom,
Every
drop the
day.
mic. Just drop the mic. It's done.
Yep.
Very cool. Do you have any other plans in the works, separate from this nonprofit that you're working on?
We have fundraisers that we're doing. Again, pretty much everything that we're doing, I know that I'm doing and stuff is all for this nonprofit. Everything.
Yeah.
We have a event that's coming up July 8th and 9th in Katy, Texas. All the ticket sales from that event is going to the nonprofit. We're going to have raffles and everything. Everything over there is that's donated. That all goes to the nonprofit and goes right back out to help veterans.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
It's
is it
going
going
to
to be in Louisiana?
No, it's going to be in Katy, Texas. Actually,
Yeah.
Katy, Texas on July 8th and 9th. We're going to have live music, food. Actually, the band Steel is going to be headlining on the 8th, and Trap is going to be headlining on the 9th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a band name I haven't heard since like way back in the high school days. That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And this is going to be your first one ever? Your first event?
This is the very first event that we're doing, and we want to make this an annual event.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and do it in different states every time.
Very cool. Very cool. I know that the OVF will pitch in and support in any way we can. I wish that we could be there live, but I personally have my own event that I'll be at through the 6th. I'm looking at my calendar. The 6th through the 9th, I'll be in Colorado for an event. And so
but Elite Apparel?
Say again?
With Elite Apparel?
No. This one's for a company called Entre Institute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. But yeah, I think that's awesome what you're doing. And we definitely, if we can even help with like the marketing or whatever it is, we'd love to, pitch in and give you any kind of assistance and resources to get this out to more people, other than obviously having you on the show. Because
I'll take it.
yeah, and we're willing to give it because we even got perfect. Here you guys go, right on the screen. July 8th and 9th in Katy, Texas. If anybody is interested, and all profits from those tickets go right back to helping veterans. And plus, it's basically paying for a concert ticket and knowing that ticket is going to help veterans, guys. How cool is that, right? Plus, there's going to be way other cool stuff going on there.
Absolutely.
So very, very cool.
And to get those tickets, you go to igy6meetup.com.
Awesome. And I'm sure Liam or your wife Lisa will drop that in the comments. I'll be able to put it up on the screen for everybody to see. And anything that Jay and I talk about, if you're here live or just coming up on the replay looking for this information, it's down in the description for you as well, and make it a little bit easier for you to find. Man, I tell you, this time rolls by so fast, and there's still so much I want to talk to you about, but we only got like 7 minutes left, so it just flies by. So, you've got these amazing veterans that you're helping, and you've got the ability for them to relieve a financial burden that may be stopping them from moving forward.
Right.
Have you gotten to a place yet in the business where these people that you're helping, these veterans families, are reaching back out to you and sending you these messages where it's like, hey, thank you. You have no idea. If you don't mind, and of course you don't have to mention any names ever. We don't ever want to, definitely protect people's privacy. What was one of the most heartfelt messages you've received after helping someone?
Oh man. Wow. I have to say I received a message online from a person, and it was a long, very, very long, thought out message. And at the very bottom of it, it said, "Thank you for saving, thank you for saving my life."
Wow. How is that. I mean, to know that you made a difference, even in one person's life, in that profound of way. I don't know. I'm sure you could definitely share on this, but that's why I do what I do. Right. That's why I get up every day. That's why Liam and I partnered up. That's why we do what we do, is for that right there, to know
Yeah,
that we
absolutely.
impacted even one life, made it better than we left it, than it was. So cool to hear. So cool. So you got a live event coming up. You guys
Yeah.
you have your website anybody can go to request help, donate. That's the last
Yeah.
thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to donate, if someone wanted to go and help these veterans, how would we go about doing that?
Yeah, you just go to the website, the IGY6 Veterans Benefit .com. I have a donate button in there, and you just you can even set up a monthly donation if you want to,
Right.
or you can just go in, donate whenever.
Very cool. I know personally here at OVF, we have our apparel line that we launch, and 100% of all of our profits from that apparel actually go to helping veteran nonprofits. We switch it
That's
every
awesome.
quarter, and so let's keep in touch for sure, and we can
Yeah.
switch next quarter, helping you benefit as well. And so normally we work with a lot of service dogs, as I mentioned earlier. Like
Yeah.
Paws of War is a big one for us because service dogs were so huge for us. But what you got going on, I truly believe can help so many people, because we
Appreciate
do
it.
highlight the mental health and the 22 a day, but there's underlying issues that add to that, and finances is
Yes.
such a big one. It means
Absolutely.
such a big one. So to be able to
Absolutely.
help in that way, I'd be honored to partner up and do that if we can. Um, so is there, we've got about 2 minutes left. Is there anything that you would want a veteran watching the show today or on replay to know, or any last minute words or message you'd want to share with a veteran out there?
Reach out. Do not be afraid to reach out. It Reaching out is not weakness. It actually shows how strong you are
Hmm.
because you want to continue. Reach out. And I always say this too. I said it multiple times online and everything. If it wasn't for our veterans, our way of life would not exist. Plain and simple. So, veterans out there, if you're watching this, please reach out.
Well, Jay, I just want to say one more time, just thank you so much for being on here, taking the time to share with the veteran community, the OVF community. I've said it a billion times. I'm going to say it one more time. What you're doing is truly impactful and needed, and you are changing lives. And so just, thank you so much from this veteran to you for what you're doing to help our community. It is making a huge difference, and you guys are just getting started. And I can't wait to see where this goes over the next 5 years, as you literally are helping veterans and saving lives every day.
Thank you.
So everybody else out there watching, whether you're here on replay or you're here live, thank you as well so much. Hopefully, if you do know if you do know a veteran who is in need, if you are a veteran in need, you've heard us say it multiple times here tonight, reach out. It is the strongest thing you can do. Just like
Absolutely.
when we were in the military, if we needed to learn how to properly do something, we would seek out a cadre, a mentor, someone who could teach us. And just like in life now, we have an area in which we need growth and an area in which we need improvement. And so the best way to create that improvement, to create that growth, is to find that cadre, that mentor. And what Jay has over there with his partnerships and everything that he's offering, there's a little bit something for everybody as well. So if you are suffering, you need help, you know a veteran who is suffering, who is struggling, maybe even financially or with anything else, have them reach out. Resources are out there.
Absolutely.
And so one last thing, if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do that. We drop episodes every single Wednesday live. and value throughout the week. And if you guys need to get a hold of Jay or I Got Your Six Veteran Benefit, there will be all his links down in the bottom. Thank you guys for being here. Have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.